Hello there. My name is Jai Bano. You on the J-Man Show. My guest today is Jesse from Fan Expo. Hi Jesse, good to see you on the J-Man Show, which is on WBCA 102.9 FM Boston local community radio station. How are you today?
Hi, good, doing well. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Happy to have you on my show. Yeah, so happy to catch up, and see what's going on with each other,
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so can you tell me about yourself and what you've been up to since you last worked at Fan Expo? What's been going on with you?
Yeah, so it's been a handful of weeks now since you and I got to work together.
Yeah.
And the fun thing is I actually work for a company called Advisor Communications LLC. So we're out of Framingham, and that's how I started working at what used to be Boston Comic Con and is now Fan Expo. So I don't work directly for Fan Expo, but our team helps coordinate the staffing, which is how I get to meet a lot of wonderful people. And that's one of my favorite events every year. So once that happened in September, things kind of slowed down a little bit, but I do work full time for the job that actually got me in touch with Comic Con in the first place, which is awesome. And I'm also launching a new business right now as I speak.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear. So what business are you launching now?
So right now, working on something called Kuru Kuru. It's a ramen pop-up. So I'm doing it with my fiance and my brother, and we have our next event in Connecticut coming up on the 15th of October, but then we have our next one outside the Boston area on the 24th, which is a Sunday. So I can't cook, but the two of them are amazing in the kitchen. So I get to do all of the marketing, the website, all of the social media, and then the two of them make fantastic food. So it's a really good deal for all of us.
Uh, that sounds wonderful to hear. Are you going to be working at Comic Con in Rhode Island, or the Rhode Island Comic Con in November?
I'm actually not going to be there for that one. I've heard great things though.
Yes. Hmm.
Are
Yeah.
you going?
Yes, I'm actually going to volunteer there. Volunteer there. I found,
Oh,
and that's how I got to meet a whole lot of stars there because it's an honor to meet them, So and if you know, yes, I'm definitely going to
oh,
be.
that's awesome. Now, how did you get started working with like Comic Cons and fan expos?
In 2020, I went to Fan Expo and I got to meet the cast of Born Tour, Daniel
Yeah.
Xiao, Ryder Strong, Ben Savage. They're wonderful to meet. So after that, I was like, wow, this is wonderful. So then I started volunteering different events, meeting different stars, and it's just been a blessing, then I started my podcast shows, and I got to interview a lot of interesting people. So it's been a blessing to be able to do this, and so I try and take advantage, whenever I can meet stars and talk to them, because I want to try and be a star myself, so that like adding sing.
Absolutely.
So I try and use my show to maybe reach out to people, like yourself, and help
Hmm.
a lot of people as well, because I think we can all make it together if we work hard. So that's all I'm about.
Oh, absolutely. And you meet so many amazing people. So I've
Yeah.
been working with Boston Comic Con and Fan Expo now for maybe 6 years.
Hmm.
And every year you meet such incredible people that you get to keep in touch with,
Hmm.
that go to other events like it. So it might be Rhode Island, you might see people in New York, and that's the cool thing is
Yeah.
you don't have to see each other every day, but
Yeah.
it's still so meaningful and it means so much to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you going to try and go to the Northeast Comic Con in October, no Northeast one, and the one December?
Maybe. So
It-
I don't get to travel very much. I live in Connecticut now, but my dad actually travels with Fan Expo. So
okay.
he drives the celebrities. So
Oh,
he's actually flying out this week to go to Denver, I believe. And he
okay.
loves driving and he loves people. So it's a
Yeah.
perfect gig for him because he gets to meet some celebrities he knows, some
Hmm.
that he doesn't know, but he gets to see new cities. So one day I might be able to travel like that with him. But I do mostly keep to Boston, even though I've moved out of the city, and then, the New England area.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever thought about moving to California to work with celebrities in California or Los Angeles?
So I haven't done it for celebrities, but
Oh,
the job that I work at now, which I mentioned before, is how I started working Comic Con.
okay.
It's called Jobble, and we have an app and we help people find work. So
Okay.
I used this app 6, 7 years ago,
Mhm.
and I like working conferences. So at the time, it didn't matter if it was a food conference, public relations.
Yeah.
Comic-Con was great because I was interested in it, but anything where a lot of people came together is what I like doing.
Yes.
So even now, my work helps people find gigs and temp work and event work that they want to do. So it's cool because we do so many different things around the country. So there was a little bit of time where I got to go to California, I got to
Mm-hmm.
go to Florida
Yeah.
and do what I did with you, which was
Yeah.
help hire people, say good morning, make sure they had their shirts on the right way. Um, so really throughout my whole career, that has been something that I love. And this relationship with you
Yeah.
is my idea. I want to make those connections with people and then see you succeed. So I can say a couple years from now, I remember his podcast
Uh,
and how great it was starting out. So your success makes me feel happy
yeah.
too, because it's a whole community and we can keep in touch.
Absolutely. I mean, thank you. That means a lot to me, I really appreciate it. That's my heart, It's so beautiful to hear from you, It means a whole lot to me, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And so how did COVID-19 affect you? Did that affect you if it being shut down? You know, that
Yes. I did have to stop traveling. So I was supposed to be full-time traveling the country with Jobble, doing those big events. But when COVID happened, I actually got moved into a marketing role. So I was very fortunate. I didn't lose work. I just became work from home and, used my computer to stay connected. But then what our whole company did was we really focused on helping people find work because so many jobs closed and then there were so many warehouses and stores that needed workers. So we did a lot to make sure if you needed workers and you were a worker that needed work, we could introduce you to each other
Mhm.
and make it happen. So COVID was awful for a lot of people. I was very fortunate that I got to keep working and stay home, but then it gave me a lot of purpose because then I could put myself to work to help put other people to work.
Yeah.
And that was, again, very fulfilling. People said, without this, I wouldn't have had money for food or rent, or this helped me, still feel like I'm doing things during COVID. So we did make the best of it, but again, I feel very fortunate that my experience wasn't as hard as some other people's.
Yeah.
And how
And,
about you? How did that go for you?
when everything was shut down, I had to start doing school online because I graduated from
Mm,
college, so I was taking classes on Zoom and Teams. It was pretty tough at first, because I was used to going to classroom, and I started learning at home, So yeah, it was different, but it was kind of nice. But then again, I miss being in a big classroom with a professor. I miss my friends, So and
yeah.
so that was kind of sad, But then I graduated last year, and that was wonderful, So now I'm trying to go get my bachelor's degree in film production. So I'm thinking about doing. So I'm trying to do that
Oh, that's awesome.
just because I want to try.
Also at Roxbury?
No, I graduated from Oxford this past May. So now I'm trying to go to maybe.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to go to maybe a college in Florida, California, or something.
Oh.
Because I don't like the winter time, That's the one thing that, I hate the snow, I mean, I like Boston summertime, but wintertime, I can't do wintertime, It's just too much, So,
That's so funny. That makes a lot of sense. Now, did you grow up and have you always lived around this area or did
yeah,
you move here?
yeah. I actually grew up in Malden, and
Oh, okay.
then my mom and I moved to Woburn a couple years ago.
Mhm.
But then she passed away of a heart attack 5 years ago. So, and that was kind of,
Oh, I'm sorry.
thank you. Because we actually moved to Tampa, moved to Tampa, Florida, and then she got a heart attack. And she passed away, So I came out to Boston because I had the family now. So I came into Boston, So, but I'm trying to get back to Florida somehow because I don't want, because that's where I want to be, I just want to be where it's warm, warm and sunny, you know,
Hmm.
'cause that's always been, that's always, just how I am, I love the hot sun, So, and
Oh,
Florida,
absolutely.
yeah, so
That
Florida.
makes a lot of sense.
So that's basically why I started our podcast and went to school so I could have something to fall back on, and I'm thinking about getting my bachelor's degree maybe in California film school in Florida, because just so I could get a better job and become a star myself, because I can get,
Absolutely.
so I'm trying to do something in my life, so yeah, so, yeah,
I could see that working for you. You have a very good personality
thank
and
you.
you're willing to do the work.
Yeah,
So that's two things that'll get you a far way.
I appreciate it. Did you go to college too?
Yes. So I went to Northeastern, and what's funny is when I was a student, some of my apartments were right behind Roxbury Community College. So I used to walk by all the time. I think I actually even went to the library there before.
Mhm. Wow.
So I've been in the Boston area for most of my adult life. I
Okay.
moved out from my family home at 18 and then have been in Boston since, but then last year moved to Connecticut.
Hmm.
So it's my first time out of Massachusetts.
Oh, I see. Yeah, my mother actually went to Northeastern University herself. Yeah, and
Oh,
she
really?
she got a degree in science, I think, and in laboratory. She was a medical technologist. So yeah, so
Oh,
she
that's amazing.
so
I
she
loved my time at school there. They have a good network.
yeah, school was definitely good. I was at my mom passed. She had to have education, so that's why I went. So it's
Oh, that's so
yeah,
cool.
I realized, college, can help you. So I made sure I got my butt to school, and I did, So yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. So
And you did a lot of it online, which is
yeah,
really hard for some people. So
I
that's something to celebrate.
yeah, definitely was, So now I want to go back to now I want to go back and get my bachelor's degree now. So I think that's gonna help. Be
Hmm.
a good move for me, Yeah.
Absolutely. And I
Yeah.
hope you get to take some of those classes in person too.
Yeah, that'd be nice, Yeah, I'm definitely looking to take classes in California for film production, work on sets, movie sets, and
Hmm.
because I applied for a school called the LA, the Los Angeles Film School, so trying to get into that, do some classes on Zoom, maybe go to California and do that, because that's what I want to be, So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
And then what part of filmmaking? Is it the directing or handling the camera? What part are you the most excited about?
I think maybe maybe possibly directing, producing, maybe producing my own
Mm.
show, directing, and camera's okay, but it's kind of tough. I did that at BNN, Boston Network, so that was pretty cool, but it's a lot handling, but because you gotta be on because you have to be on top of the game, make sure you don't mess up, so that's why I'm thinking maybe producing shows, so I can do, I know cause that's what I can do, so just push shows and just do what I feel is good for me, So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So how about you? Do you want to? Are you also interested in acting and singing and producing?
No, so what's funny is I went to school for journalism
Oh,
and I do a decent amount of photography as well. So I always like to tell people I like to be more behind the scenes. I like to take the pictures, I like to hear
cool.
the stories. So I'm not often in the seat where I get to talk about, myself and my experiences. I don't get my picture taken very often.
Uh,
So it's an interesting flip being
hmm.
here with you on this, but also even as we're launching Kuru Kuru, I'm doing the social media, and because I'm also an owner, that means I get to post about myself and say, you know, these are the projects I work on as the marketing team person and things like that. So it's kind of funny because I like working hard and telling stories, but
Hmm.
it does feel different when it's my story and my voice
Yeah.
versus I love telling people about people that I've met and other people's stories and experiences. So it is a little flip on the script for me, which is kind of funny.
Yes. I can definitely understand that. Definitely. So have you gone to meet any stars too?
I have had a handful. Um, Trying to think of the most notable. One of my favorite things about Comic-Con
Hmm.
is not knowing some of the celebrities and then
Yeah.
having to learn about who they are.
Hmm.
So Fan Expo will post all of the guests that they're expecting, and sometimes they're TV shows that I've seen.
Hmm.
So there are times where I'll get excited to see someone, and other times I have to look them up because I don't know what they're in.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's funny seeing how nice and welcoming some of the people are,
Hmm.
and how some of them are not quite what you
Yes.
expected. So a
Yes.
couple of years ago, the most memorable one for me was Ian Somerhalder. He's one of the Vampire Diaries actors.
Hmm.
He came, and everybody knew he was going to be a big star with a big line, and we were a little worried because sometimes the celebrities don't stay very long.
Hmm.
But he was so great because when he saw how big his line was, he stayed longer than he needed to because he was telling his team, all these people are here waiting for me. I have to see them. And I
Hmm.
thought that was so cool because when you're that big of a celebrity,
Hmm.
you get to say, like, I don't have time for that, or, you know, I did what I need to, but he was so dedicated to his fans. And, you know, we were the workers, but we felt so good knowing that he cared, because then we get to tell everyone, look, he's staying here for you. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Say, you know, tell people that this is how great he is. So that was such a fun surprise because we weren't expecting it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it's wonderful when celebrities, just to stay for the fans. Because I always say, if I came
Mhm.
and stuff, I always make sure I'm there for my fans. Because I want them to meet me. Because I want to try and meet as few people as I can that support me. So I think
Exactly.
because in a way it's the fans who make you, right. So they get
Exactly.
you have to give them the same props to give you. So that's how I was raised. So so I,
Hmm.
so if you want to meet me, I'm happy. I'm definitely happy to meet you. Because that's the kind of person I am. So and like I said, I mean, Al's thing is because sometimes I think, but sometimes I get upset. Some styles will charge a lot of money for a picture, right? And some people can't afford it. It's crazy, because I want there are some
Hmm.
stuff I want to see, but John Travolta, right? But he was like $300, and I agree, 'cause that's a lot of money. So so some stars they have
Yeah.
money, and if you don't have the money, you can't see them enough. That's what kind of upsets me. Because some stars will charge
Hmm.
like $10 a picture. It's crazy. Who can afford that?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
And then
yeah.
it's fun because some of the voice actors are really nice too. And for me, I don't always work with the voice actors at Fan Expo often because I don't know as many of them as the TV and movie celebrities, but the voice actors too, they're so nice. And
Mhm.
at the end of the convention, they'll take pictures or they'll do voice recordings with the staff. And that's cool because even though they're not as popular necessarily or as well known,
Mhm.
they're still a celebrity, but they still take time to spend it with, you know, our staff and the people that wait in line for them. So
Mhm.
my hopes, you know, if you get big, if I get big, I do think we'll stay humble and
Absolutely.
know that, you know what it's like to be that person on the other side.
Hmm.
So it's great when you see celebrities and important people remember that because
Yeah.
it's such a great position for them to be in and for them to acknowledge people that are just happy to see them. That's
Yes.
great.
I definitely agree. Because I definitely agree. Because my most favorite celebrity we had was Amy Garcia. Amy Garcia.
Yeah.
She was so nice. She gave me a hug. She gave me a kiss on the cheek. She talked to me. It was very
Oh,
did you see the picture? I sent you see the picture of me and her.
I did. I did.
She was so
And
nice.
that's so cool.
You know, I met her last day. We talked for a bit. She wants to come on my show for anything. I get about my show. She was just
Oh,
she
that's
was,
amazing.
yeah, she was just so down to earth to me. Like, wow, this even I said she's actually talking to me. Give me a hug. It's like it's amazing because some styles won't hug you, but she actually gave me a hug. It's like wow. So it's really touched my heart, made me smile because knowing that she actually cared about me as much as I cared about her. So and you don't
Hmm.
see, and you don't see that sometimes in styles. So they don't, some don't let you get close to me, but this, what she did, and that's so well. I guess that's just so special knowing that I got to actually have that kind of contact with her, because as a star,
Hmm. I think
yeah.
that's a big thing at the end of every day, remembering
Hmm.
everybody's human. You know, our days might look so different from each other's, but to feel that connection and just know that she saw you as a person to spend some time with and
Yeah.
you got to do the same thing, that's amazing. And that's something that I love these events for. So you don't get that feeling everywhere else. It's what makes Fan Expo so special is they bring the fans to the celebrities.
Hmm.
And then it's even more special when the celebrities really care about that. And it's not just them making money, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I know this is such a blessing to do these kinds of conventions. I wish we had more. So I'm
Hmm.
definitely gonna try and go to one. I wish they had more here in Boston, right? But they don't. So
Hmm.
but that's how I'm trying to go to. Trying to go to one in Rhode Island and Florida in Jersey because it's good to meet them.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my plan. So yeah, and it's just wonderful. You get to have contact with stars. Maybe become a star yourself someday. That's my dream.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what they're going to be later on.
Hmm.
So, again, I'm happy to have you in my network so we can keep in touch.
You sure
I
can.
know any opportunities for you, I'll let you know. And I know if you know anybody that likes ramen, you'll send them my way.
I promise. I sure would. Okay. Okay, so I guess my next question is what inspires you? What gives you inspiration and hope?
To help.
I know I'm asking. What inspires you? What gives you
Oh,
creativity?
what inspires
Yeah.
me? Oh, that's a big question. One of the biggest things that inspires me is that I come from a very close
Hmm.
family. So I'm the oldest of four kids.
Okay.
I have two younger brothers and one younger sister. And I'm also very fortunate that I have had a lot of role models when I was growing up.
Hmm.
So a lot of the people that inspired me made me realize that I want to be able to be that person for younger people coming up after me. So very often I look at my younger sister. Her name is Lily. She's 10 years younger than me. And
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about how I can set an example of the type of person that I want to be for her, but also that I hope she can aspire to be.
Yeah.
So all of the characteristics that I have from my mom, my dad, my teachers, my friends, that makes me the person I am.
Hmm.
And I try to live that, but also show why that matters. So for her, whether it's, working hard at a job and explaining why sometimes it's okay to have to work really hard, or meeting more people and keeping those friendships alive.
Yeah.
She, I'm so lucky, is already a wonderful person.
Yeah.
But when things get hard for me, I like to think, if someone else is in this situation, how would I give them advice? How would I tell them to be their best?
Yes.
And then I can follow that advice and
Mhm.
try to be my best. Because I do think it is the most rewarding when me being a genuine person
Mhm.
helps other people feel comfortable being more genuine. Um, so it's a lot of people stuff, but I like reading by myself. Sometimes I have my introverted moments,
Yeah.
so it's not all just hugging people and
Mhm.
and talking a lot, but I think that's when I feel my best, and that's when I connect with people the most.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because people make always make me happy, so I'm always happy to meet, as people say, connect such yourself, when people are fans for such supposed to meet them, so in you, so that's why I love see people, hearing people's stories, your story, yeah, such a blessing, that's what I think we need more of, we need more of, it's good, yeah.
And how about you? What inspires you either in filmmaking or in your podcast?
I think what inspires me is probably talking to people like yourself and getting to meet people like like stars or getting to interview them along the story and going to be able to help people get to where they want to be in life, so I want to try and help somebody's down, if I can bring them up, make them smile,
Hmm.
that's all I need, because I want to try and make people happy. So if I can make a person smile and say, "Wow, I made that person smile," and have that person get to where he wants to be, that's a blessing for me. So that's what inspires me, is to help people like yourself, and just be good, and just to be a good person and live life good. Get your education. Try and live life good. Maybe try and maybe have a house in Florida, California. Just live a good life. So work hard, live a good life. Let my mom did. And then if I can help people kind of as successful as I did, that's all I need. So if I can help, so if I can make you happy and make you smile, that's what inspires me. So. Mhm.
Absolutely. And I'm dying to know, are there any celebrities that you really hope to meet?
Oh
Like
yeah,
if you got to interview someone tomorrow, who would you pick?
I'll probably pick. I'll probably pick. I'll pick Beyonce. Beyonce number one.
Ooh.
Beyonce. President Obama, former President Obama.
Hmm.
Yeah, I definitely pick them. Quincy Jones, Babyface, Teddy Riley. Maybe singer Maya, Alicia Keys, a whole lot. Alicia Keys, who else? Maybe um, Bobby, Bobby Brown, a whole lot. With and if you Nevia, Monica, a whole lot. But that'd be a blessing if you did those stars, because those are ones I look up to. Maybe I look to, also including Usher and Janet Jackson. Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
did. Oh yeah, a whole lot. So yeah, Brandy.
Wow, those are some good names.
Yeah, so that definitely fit those stars. Mhm.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. So who would you want to interview if you can interview a star?
That's a tough one. And it's funny because I used to work for newspapers.
Mhm.
So interviewing people was something that I never minded doing.
Mhm.
But I don't know, I feel like, and this sounds like such a fake answer, I feel like anybody could have a really good story. So when I was in college, I tried blogging for a little bit, and I would just go up to people on the street and see if they would talk to me. So I got into like a really cool
Yeah.
conversation once with a musician that was playing at Park
Mhm.
Street. So things like that are rewarding. But then there are definitely some celebrities that I think would be really interesting to talk to.
Yeah.
So I'm a decently big Chrissy Teigen fan. I think it's really cool that she's a cookbook author, a model, a mom. She's
Mhm.
married to John Legend. So she
Yeah.
has a lot going on.
Yeah.
And she seems really funny. And then lately, I've been really interested in she's a streamer. Her name's Valkyrae,
Yeah.
or Ray is her name. And she's kind of self-made. She started out in a working at a GameStop and
Mhm.
then started playing video games. And now she's a co-owner of an esports team. She has millions of followers. And I think it's so interesting that she went from a person that had a passion to someone that is wildly famous and successful and all of that. So I feel like it'd be interesting because she, in my head, is still a real person,
Yes.
but you know, she's famous and she hangs out with celebrities, and it's like, how did you get there?
Yeah.
How would you tell normal people that it is possible and it's not that you were born into it or anything like that? So I think those two I'd have an interesting conversation with.
Yeah. I definitely agree, because we can just come from not being famous to be famous. That's wonderful, because that shows that anybody can make it. As long as you work hard, you can make life anything you want happen. Anything you want in life, So just work hard, you can be anything you want to be, So and that's why I say, anybody can make it. Just have to work hard.
Mhm.
You can succeed, So. And try, and also if you make it, also try and give back. I just want to give back, to different charities, organizations that helped you. So always give back, much as you can,
Absolutely.
because people that made you can also break you. So make sure you give the same possible give you. So I would say, if you can help somebody, always help somebody. Whether it's carrying, bringing grocery bags in the house, or helping out on the house, or just helping with the homework, just being a good friend to somebody, that service also good to the world as well, So that's why I say, it's,
Absolutely. I believe in a lot of little acts of kindness.
hmm
So something like holding the door, or I love saying good morning to people. So if you're going and getting a coffee or you're taking a bus,
hmm
I almost feel bad when people are surprised because I'm like, I think we should be nice to each other anyway. It's nothing extra.
yeah,
So if I say good morning and someone seems so happy, I'm like, I'm sorry that more people aren't being nice. It takes so
yeah,
little. So I agree with you. Giving back in even tiny ways is so rewarding, but it can just change somebody's mood so much, and it costs you nothing.
I know exactly, just a hello or hug, a nice handshake can always make my day, that's what it's about,
Hmm.
those things like that, just that can make a smile. It just makes you see life in a whole new way, So that's what we need to do, Especially what right now. We need something to smile about, So I definitely say, those gestures, that's what makes me smile, And we need more people like that, like yourself, So I definitely agree, I definitely agree.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the other nice thing is happy people find other happy people.
Yeah, yeah,
We worked together and there were hundreds of other people working at that fan expo that weekend. But I got to see you in the mornings and say hello.
yeah,
There were so many other incredible people that we work with that did the same thing. And those are the ones that you find on Facebook after and that you keep in touch with.
yeah,
And then next year when we all get back together, those are the ones that we're hugging hello and
yeah.
catching up. That's like the beauty of it to me.
Yeah, I definitely. I wish we could. I wish we could get together more, get together more often. Besides, once a year, it'd be nice. We guys could meet up for dinner, or coffee, Definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean, we could definitely. You and I could do some time for coffee if you're in Boston, catch up,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, come on for the dinner. Meet my family. That'd be great. Always down for that.
Well, I will make sure after this that I send you the invite because our Kuru Kuru Ramen pop-up will be in Boston, not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm trying to invite anyone that's still in the Boston area because I'd love to see you and you could see me and what I want to be doing
Okay.
more often now. serving people good food and still giving them that smile. I like the customer service, you know? You're
Okay.
not just getting food, you're getting a pleasant interaction.
Okay.
And we'll be up, it's a Sunday, so we'll be up there all day.
Okay. So what time will be Sunday?
So we'll be at Lamplighter Brewery on the 24th of October. So it's a
24?
Sunday. And it'll be from about 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, but depends on how busy we get to. But
Okay.
we'll be up there for 4.
Okay. Is this the 21st?
The 24th,
Okay. Okay. What day is that? What day is that? Sunday? Sunday?
Sunday. Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay. I should make that. I should.
And
Definitely.
we should have a handful. Some of the other people that we work with at Fan Expo have actually been really supportive too. So the nice thing is, because we're such a nice group,
Yeah.
I'm starting this business. They're helping by liking the posts, sharing the events, and then same thing for them. I've had someone that was looking for a job, so I said, "Oh yeah, I'll be your job reference, absolutely." Or, when people have a birthday or something, we also keep in touch.
Okay.
So we'll make sure that we get a meetup together so everybody can, see each other again. But there's so many kind souls, and I'm so grateful that we all have each other.
That's good. Do you know if is this any jobs I can maybe I can get into myself here? I'm trying to find a job myself, so are there any jobs that hire for people like myself here? Because I'm not working right now, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will also send you because the job that I work full time outside of Kuru Kuru
Okay.
is called Jobble. It's
Okay.
Jobble.
Okay.
And what we do is we have an app, so it's really easy, and you put in your zip code,
Okay.
and then it'll show you some of the jobs nearby. So sometimes it might be a conference, so it could be, Fan Expo Boston, maybe we need more people, or some other conference in the Boston area. But we also have warehouse jobs, delivery jobs, all sorts of stuff so you can go through and see what you like. And
Okay.
the idea is it's a good option for people that either they don't know what they need or they have a busy schedule. So
Mm-hmm.
some people are like students or parents that can only work sometimes. So it's very flexible, and that's why I liked it. I started when I was in college, but I work for them now because I know so many people need help finding
Yeah.
jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely look at the app. I can help you as well. I love being references on people I've worked with because
Okay.
I know how hard you can work. I'm
Yeah,
sure that everybody needs workers like you.
definitely. Okay, I'll definitely check out. So this is Jabble, Jobble, Jabble. I'll definitely
Yeah.
check out later. And then
It's started out of Boston, but we work nationwide. So I've had people that I met in Florida that flew all the way out to Los Angeles, California to work with me again. So it's nice.
this sounds great. This would be a great sounds like a great opportunity. Then you can also maybe look for jobs from Florida, California, right? Possibly not to work in Florida, California on
So
Java.
we have jobs in Florida, and some of the people, if you're traveling, so if you live in Florida but you come back up to Boston to
Mhm.
come have coffee with me,
Okay,
you
so
can use the app to find work in Boston while you're up here. So
great.
it's helpful because it works in a lot of different places.
Oh, that's one house blessing here. I'll definitely check
And
that.
I
Out.
can vouch for it because Fan Expo was the first Jobble job that I took.
Mhm.
So here I am 6 years later, still working for Jobble, still doing Fan Expo. So I get to be proof that it works, which is nice. It's not just a company. I do very much believe in it.
Yeah. It sounds like the right company for me. So I'm looking for great company to work for. Definitely, it sounds like a great company. I'll definitely check out tonight. It sounds like a great, great flexible, great part-time flexibility. Right? It's perfect. I can do that. That's what we need. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess my next question where do you see yourself years from now? Still doing Fan Expo down the line?
Um, Possibly. I definitely want to see our Kuru Kuru ramen take off because that's
Mhm.
definitely a passion project that has become real for my fiance, my brother, and I. But personally, I really like getting to do a lot of different things. So I'd love to still be doing Fan Expo and events like that. I am very lucky I get to photograph graduations as one of my side jobs.
Mhm.
So it doesn't happen all year round, but every May I
Mhm.
get to go to, dozens of graduations. I cry at all of them because everyone's so happy and I'm so happy. So I'd love to keep doing that. It's just such good feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And I really see myself as the type of person that does a lot of different things,
Mm-hmm.
and it keeps me busy, but it also makes sure that I'm always growing. Going to graduations is different than Fan Expo, which
Mm-hmm.
is different from marketing, which is different from serving food. So
Yeah.
I like doing a lot of those different things. I might pick one to stick with, but
Mm-hmm.
right now I like doing all of them.
Yeah. So, have you thought about moving to California or Florida where it's warm and then not being where it's cold? You know?
I actually really like the winter, and I don't meet a
Really?
lot of people that say that. Um, my family really likes hockey,
Okay.
so we enjoy watching that sport. But even the snow, I like having 4 seasons, I think is my thing. It helps me feel more like time is passing. So I like the fall with the leaves changing, the winter, and then the spring that comes after it. So I see myself staying in New England, but my fiance and I like to travel.
Yeah.
So we're going to Hawaii this month. We
Wow.
definitely want to go to Japan and the Philippines.
Mhm.
So I have nothing wrong with traveling to warm places, but I
Mhm.
do like coming home and knowing, I'll have some snow days, some hot chocolate,
Mhm.
be cold so I can be warm.
I guess so. I guess that's true. And you don't mind the snow. You don't mind shoveling the snow. That doesn't bother you. I mean,
Not that much. I've been very spoiled. My last couple of apartments I haven't had to shovel, so that might also be why it's not as big a deal for me.
oh.
But even that, I like doing things. So seeing a covered driveway and
Hmm.
then shoveling for a couple hours and then seeing it clear, I'm like, okay, we did a good job. I can see it.
Hmm. Let's see. I definitely, I definitely understand. Yeah. I didn't know some that like the wintertime and the snow. My
I know
mom,
most people don't.
my mom. That's why people work with my mom and I actually didn't like. So that's why I left.
Mm-hmm.
I hear
But
you.
I have friends that live in Florida. They love it. I have
And
friends that live in California. They love it. None of them would ever move back. So I see the appeal.
yeah. So I try and that's why I apply for schools down there so I can get down there too. Yeah. You know.
Hmm.
I said I move. So if I move, I won't come back here. And at least not during wintertime. I would stay down there. So.
Yep. But you'd always come back for Fan Expo.
Yeah, I would. I love Fan Expo. Absolutely. And over on Comic Con, I definitely do. Yeah. So
Yep. Yep.
yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is great. So what are your plans? So what are your plans for the rest of the year? Any plans for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's?
Yeah, so I'm very close to my family. And then my fiance's family lives in Connecticut. So we get to see both sides of our family. So during the holidays, we go back and forth between the two. At the end of this month, we're going to Hawaii because my mom is graduating from her PhD program.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go to her graduation, but because of COVID, we're not allowed inside. So we're still taking the trip. We'll be all together. And then starting in November, we're really getting to focus on making Kuru ramen take
Mm-hmm.
off.
Yeah.
Um, so we can keep feeding people. The nice thing about ramen is it's such filling, warm food that it's perfect for the winter. If you're cold and you're hungry, it's like the perfect thing. So I'm excited for the rest of this year to be able to focus on that and really
Mm-hmm.
tell people that they need to try it.
Yeah. That definitely sounds good. So good to try new things. You never know you never know what you're missing, right? So I
Hmm.
definitely, always try new things. That's funny about
And
life.
how about you? Your
Yeah.
goals for the rest of the year?
See, my girl is still trying to get into college. Hopefully, California, Florida. I'm gonna try and go to. I'm trying to go to Walt Disney World for Christmas. I love Disney World. Yeah. So Disney
Oh,
World.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Have you been to Walt Disney World before?
I've been when I was really little,
Okay.
so it's been quite a while, but there is a reason they call it the happiest place on
Yeah, yeah, you definitely have to go back, because I love it, I always love
earth.
hugging,
Hmm.
because and Goofy, I love the character,
Yeah.
so, you know, but because I was just there in July, but you can hug him through the COVID, so you weren't able to touch him, so I was kind of sad, So
Yeah.
but hopefully those hug him back in maybe December, hopefully those things, because I missed that because I missed the interaction with characters, getting to hug them, that's the best thing about this.
Yeah.
Missed that, Yeah. You know?
Hopefully things will keep getting better.
Yeah,
I think
hopefully.
we're on the right path.
Yeah, and plus, I make sure I got vaccinated, so I'm all set. I got the flu shot, the
Yep.
booster shot, so I'm all set to go,
Good,
and
good.
also the travel, yep. So I'll make sure that I take care of myself, eat right, stay healthy because I want to
Absolutely.
life, yeah. So definitely, and just be a good person, that's what it's about,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
thank you so much for having me on your show. I do really appreciate, getting to catch up with you and talk with you, but also to be able to share some of my stories. It's, again, it's weird being on this end of it, but I'm glad that we got to talk back and forth. I get to ask you some questions too.
Yeah, it's definitely a wonderful blessing, and I hope to see you in a month. I hope to see you. Okay, just we can get together for coffee. We can stay in touch.
Yes,
I'm gonna check that website tonight. And try and get a job, so we can stay in touch. Look forward to seeing each other real soon. This is a blessing. And it's good.
absolutely.
It's good to see you healthy, doing well, doing wonderful. So, and congratulations on your engagement. It's wonderful news. Getting married. It's wonderful news.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Are you gonna have? Are you getting married here in Boston? Are you getting married in Boston?
Not sure yet. Might be Connecticut.
Okay.
My family's in Massachusetts, and some of his family's in Connecticut. So we're looking between the two. So maybe next year, maybe the year after. We're still trying to decide.
Okay. So you might get married in 1 2 years.
Sometime in the next 2 years.
Okay.
He wants to get married next year. I told him I want to see how the business goes for maybe a year. So
Yeah.
we'll see how busy we are.
Okay. That's wonderful to hear. Congratulations. Hope that works out.
Thank you.
This is wonderful. Going to see you again. I'm always here for you. In touch. And I'm look forward to working with you soon. It's a blessing. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. We will be in touch. I'll send you some info on when I'll be in Boston for the pop-up on the 24th.
Okay.
I'll send you some info on Jobble. We'll see if we can help find you a good job. And keep me in the loop. Again, I like seeing you be happy and be successful.
Well, so I will
You're
send.
such a great person.
Thank you. You too. You're such a wonderful person. I'll make sure I miss them. I send them to you and stay in touch. And I'll be trying to definitely appreciate It's a blessing.
Sounds
Thank,
good.
thank you so much. I miss you and hope to see you soon. Okay. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and we'll talk later.
God bless. Take care. Bye bye.